Hello, students. Today we are going to start chapter 18, Thoughts That Make Us Better Human Beings. In this chapter, we are going to talk about different religions, social reformers, scientists, and kings. So, first, I am talking about religions. India has been a place where the religions begin, like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. These were the religions which was started or began in India. So first is Hinduism. Hinduism is the oldest religion in the world. The holy book of Hindus are the Vedas, Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, and Ramayana. So these are the holy books of Hindus: Vedas, Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, and Ramayana. The holiest book of Hindus, which Hindu worship, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is a part of Mahabharata. Ramcharitramanas is a book of Sant Tulsidas, is very popular with the Hindus. Hinduism has produced great saints. Saints means your priest, and sages. Sages are the people who talk about the wisdom, who talk about the knowledge about various things. They give the true knowledge about the life, like Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Ramanujacharya, Maharishi Dayananda, Ramakrishna Paramhansa, and Swami Vivekananda. These were the great philosophers, the sages, and the saints. Swami Vivekananda, Maharishi Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Buddhism. Gautam Buddha was born 2500 years ago. He was a prince, but he renounced all in order to get true knowledge of life. Okay, so what Gautam Buddha? He was the founder of your Buddhism. He was a prince. Okay, the Gautam Buddha was a prince, but he renounced. Renounce means declare something. Okay, he renounced all in order to get the true knowledge of life. Means he resigned from all his posts, that I don't want to become prince. I want to get the true knowledge of life. So he renounced everything which was given to him by his father. He refused to accept the position in order to get the true knowledge of life. After many years of struggle, he finally attained the enlightenment. Enlightenment means he got the true knowledge about the life. Here, state of being enlightened, that is your enlightenment. Okay, insight of something. Means all his confusions were removed. Now he was having true knowledge about the life. What is world all about? He then began preaching his message. Preaching means spreading his message. He attacked the senseless rituals. Rituals means the custom and traditions which were practiced by the people. He attacked that senseless rituals of the people. He told people to follow the eightfold path consisting of. He told the people that you should follow the eightfold path of right thinking, right speech, right knowledge, right living, right action, right effort, right observation, and right meditation. This was the eightfold path of Gautam Buddha: right thinking, right speech, right knowledge, right living, right action, right effort, right observation, right meditation. His followers are known as Buddhist. The people who follow the Buddhism religion, they are known as Buddhist. The holy book of Buddhist are Dhammapada and Tripitaka. Dhammapada and Tripitaka are the holy book of Buddhist. Gautam Buddha, statue of Lord Buddha. Jainism. Lord Mahavira was born at the same time when Lord Buddha was born, and Lord Mahavira was founder of your Jain religion. He was also like Buddha only. He also refused everything to get the true knowledge. He was the 24th Tirthankara of the Jains. Okay, he was the 24th Tirthankara of your Jains. He laid stress on, like your Buddha, he laid stress on eightfolded path. Likewise, that in Lord Mahavira told the people to lay stress on right faith, right conduct, right knowledge, and your non-violence, that you should not fight over the issues. So he was born at the same time when Buddha was born. He was the founder of your Jain religion. He also renounced everything to get the true knowledge, means gave up everything to get the true knowledge. And he was the 24th Tirthankara. Tirthankara generally means a spiritual teacher of Dharma. Okay, a teacher who teaches the spirituality. Okay, a teacher who teaches about the life. Okay, so he was a Tirthankara. Tirthankara means a maker, or I would say a path which the people would follow. He make a path for others to follow. He laid stress on right faith, right conduct, right knowledge, and non-violence. Okay. So again, I am telling you the meaning of Tirthankara. Tirthankara is a spiritual teacher, a teacher who teaches about the life, a teacher who made a path for others to follow. He overcome all the streams of life. Okay. Christianity, it was founded by Jesus Christ. He was born in Bethlehem. He taught that all men are brothers and they are the children of the same God. That we all are the children of the same gods. They are saying Christianity was founded by Jesus Christ. He was born in Bethlehem. He taught all men are brothers and we all are the children of the same God. Holy book is Bible. In India, Christianity was spread by Saint Thomas. In India, it was spread by Saint Thomas. This is a picture of Jesus Christ. Islam. Prophet Muhammad, he was the founder of Islam religion. He was born about 1400 years ago in Makkah in Saudi Arabia. He gave the message of peace and brotherhood. We all should live together. We all should live peacefully. He asked the people not to believe in idols. Don't believe in any kind of statues. Believe in only one God. He was of this thinking that believe in only one God, don't believe in statues. At first, the people did not pay heed to him, means the people did not pay attention to him. Slowly, they began to understand what Prophet Muhammad was teaching to them. Then the birth of Islam religion took place. The followers of Islam, the people who follows the Islam religion, they are known as Muslims. The Quran is the holy book of the Muslims. Quran. Sikhism. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikh religion, was born about 500 years ago. 1469 he was born. Okay. He preached that God is one and all are his children. That God is only one and we all are the children of the God. He was followed by 9 more gurus. His teachings were followed by 9 more gurus. The last Sikh guru was Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He was the last Sikh guru. The holy book of Sikh is Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib is the holy book of Sikh. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, founder of Sikhism. Parsis. Zoroaster Zarathustra was born in Iran. Okay, Zoroaster or Zarathustra, he was born in Iran. So Zarathustra is also known as Zoroaster. He was born in Iran. He founded a religion. That religion was known as Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism, it is the name of religion. He taught good actions lead to happiness. If you are doing good actions, you are doing good to others, then it will lead you to happiness. Your inner happiness you will feel. The followers of this religion is called Parsis. The people who follow the Zoroastrianism, these are known as Parsis. They worship in the fire temple. They also worship in the fire temple. They don't believe in idols. Their holy book is Zend Avesta. Zend Avesta is their holy book. Social reformers. Social reformers are the person who want to change the society. So these are the persons who weed, means who try to remove out the evil practices, the bad practices which are practicing in the society. They want to remove all that evil practices. They guide us to live a better life. So we are talking about the social reformers here. Sant Kabir. He was born in Varanasi. His disciples, he was a disciple of Ramananda. Okay. So Sant Kabir we are going to talk about here. Sant Kabir, he was born in Varanasi. Varanasi is a place in your Uttar Pradesh. Next they are saying he was a disciple of Ramananda, follower of Ramananda. He attacked hypocrisy in the society through his couplets or dohas. Hypocrisy means the practices of claiming to have a higher standard, that one person is superior to other. That is hypocrisy. So he attacked the hypocrisy in the society through his dohas. He was against any kind of caste system. He said that caste system should not prevail in India. He said love of God is more important than following rituals. He told that love of God is more important than any kind of rituals, any kind of custom traditions. To that, above is that you love God. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He was deeply affected when his sister in law was forced for sati. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was deeply affected when his own sister in law was forced for sati. Sati Pratha was a practice where burning the oneself with one's husband death. If the husband died, then the wife is also burnt in the same fire. This was the sati. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy whole life was fight against this evil practice like sati, okay, child marriage and caste system. As of his result of his efforts, sati pratha was banned in India. So you understood, sati is a pratha which was followed in India, that burning the wife along with the husband. When the husband died, then they burn the wives also along with the husband. So this pratha was banned as the result, means as the efforts of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Ramabai Ranade. Ramabai Ranade was one of the women social reformers, holds a place of pride. She did a lot of for the upliftment of women and orphans. She did a lot for the orphan, means the poor children who are not having their own homes, for the upliftment of women. She founded a school. That school name was Pune Seva Sadan. Very important thing. Ramabai Ranade was a woman. Okay, she holds a place of pride. She did a lot for the upliftment of the women. Okay, and orphans also. She did a lot for the orphans also. Okay, orphan means anath. So she founded a school called Pune Seva Sadan for your orphan. An orphan is a person, means a child whose parents have died. Now he is abandoned, nobody is there for him. So she founded a school for such children. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, he was a Muslim reformer. He tried to do a lot to improve the life of the Muslims. According to him, education is very powerful weapon to change the people. Means education is very important to change the people. So he established a college, that is in Aligarh. Later on it became Aligarh Muslim University. One of the things that Sir Syed stressed was the improvement of the condition of women in Muslim society. That in Muslim society the condition of women should be improved. He was of this thinking, and he established a school, means a college in Aligarh, that later on became university, named as Aligarh Muslim University. So he was a great educationist and he was the founder of Aligarh Muslim University. Scientist. India has a long tradition of science. If I talk about the ancient India, we are having mathematicians, astronomy. Astronomy means the science which deals with the space, objects, celestial bodies of the space like moon, sun, about the universe, and medical sciences. These were very much highly developed. The concept of zero was given by our country, India. Indians also invented the numbers from 1 to 9 and the decimal system also invented in India. The Arabs, they learned these things from Indians. The Arab people, they learned these things from Indians and they call these numbers Hindsi. They call these numbers as the Hindsi. From the Arabs, the knowledge was spread to the western part of the world. Okay, two well-known Indian astronomers were your Aryabhatta and Varamahira. Aryabhatta and Varamahira was two well-known astronomers. If I talk about physicians, we are having Charaka and Sushruta. These were very well-known. Sushruta and Charaka, these were among physicians. So these are the pictures. India's former president, late APJ Abdul Kalam, he was a great scientist. C.V. Raman. Okay, if I talk about the recent times, this C.V. Raman, Homi Baba, they have done a lot for the science. So Ayurveda is an old Indian system of medicine which was highly developed at that time. Ayurveda means science of life. The word Ayurveda means science of life. Unani system of medicine, it was brought to India by Turks and Mughals. The Unani system of medical science, medicines, this was brought to India by Turks and Mughals. If I talk about recent times, Jagdish Chandra Bose, C.V. Raman, Homi Jahangir Baba, they have done a lot for science. S. Ramanujan was one of the greatest mathematicians of the world. And our former president, late APJ Abdul Kalam, he was a great scientist. Now we are talking about the kings. Ashoka was one of the greatest emperor of all the times. He realized that futility means useless of wars after his war with Kalinga. What happened? He gave up fighting after seeing the bloodshed in the Kalinga war. Okay, he saw that people are dying everywhere, blood is there, so he gave up fighting. So Ashoka was the greatest emperor of all time. He realized that it is useless to do the wars after his war with Kalinga, because in the war of Kalinga many people died and wounded. He became a Buddhist then. He started following Buddhist religion, started working for public good. He constructed roads, dharamshalas, hospitals for the people of his empire. The teachings of Lord Buddha were carved out on rocks at several places. He built many monuments on which the teachings of the Buddha were carved out of the rocks to spread the message of non-violence, to spread the message of brotherhood, that we all are one, we should not fight, okay, we should not do violence throughout the region. It was built by Ashoka. Ashoka picture is here. Krishna Dev Raya, he was the king of Vijayanagara, also worked towards the welfare of the people of South India around 500 years ago. So 500 years ago, Krishna Dev Raya, he was the king of Vijayanagara, worked towards the welfare of the people of South India. He constructed many public buildings, encouraged the trade in his kingdom for the prosperity of the people. Prosperity means economic well-being of the people. That's the people should grow. Their growth should be there. He was a good poet and wrote a large number of books in Telugu language. Now Akbar, Emperor Akbar, a Mughal emperor, is ranked one of the greatest rulers of all times. And he too worked for the welfare of the people during his time. Akbar was also a greatest ruler of all times. He also worked for the welfare of the people. Okay, art, music, literature were very much encouraged in his court. He was fond of art, music, literature. He used to respect all kind of religions. Among his famous Navratans were Birbal and Tansen. You must have heard about the Akbar and Birbal stories. Okay, so his famous Navratans means famous two Navratan, Tansen used to sing, and Birbal, these are the two famous Navratans of your Akbar. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.